Are you ready for your punishment, slave?
I sometimes scream out, no. When really I mean, yes.
Yes, yes!
And this is why we have the safe word. Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
She's not a Christian!
Hey, this is Jason Rouse. I'm sitting here on Melrose Avenue here in sunny Los Angeles with comedian and friend Eric Alegria.
Yes.
And who are you?
I know, right? Who the hell am I? Jesus.
No,
we're still trying to figure that out.
We'd met when?
We met
the first time.
Jesus.
Chuck E. Cheese. You were in the ball pit, and I did my my impression of Loch Ness Monster, where I kind of surfaced with a heart on my back, and the kids all run. It's a good monster movie. But
no, I've known of you. I've been doing comedy 8 years, and I've heard your name.
America's
around.
Least Wanted.
Yeah, yeah, totally. No, I'd seen you probably just around town. Jay's show at the Parlor.
Yeah, we ran into each other here and there. But you grew up in California.
No.
You didn't.
It's a good thing.
Oh, that's right.
Facts are.
I'm all over the place. I got the attention span of a squirrel, and I retain about as much as them.
That's good, man.
But
you know, I'm going on 14 years here in LA. I'm originally from Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
I heard there's a good comedy scene in Chicago. Like, did you start doing stand-up in Chicago?
No, man. I didn't have the guts to do it out there with people that I might know. You know what I mean?
I hid it from my family and most of my friends. I actually moved to the other end of the country to kind of start because I didn't want any of that judgment or negativity you're fucking, it's not going anywhere. When are you going to start making some money with it? When are you getting on TV? You know, what? You think you're better than, that kind of naysayers.
Yes.
And I'm assuming Chicago, from what I've understand, is a lot like this city where I'm from, Hamilton, where it's very kind of blue-collar or working-class people. And it's like in that situation, if you want to be an artist, you may as well be coming out of the closet.
What are you, a fairy?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You going to be a theater actor? You queer?
Yeah.
You know? That. Very working class. And people that I grew up with grow up to have regular jobs.
Yes.
Worker
bees.
Yeah.
And if you strive outside, then you've created a me against you kind of situation without even doing it. You gonna try to do something better. That you want to be a big star.
Yeah. Exactly. You think you're better than us?
Yeah. You could literally get into a fist fight with your guys you grew up with because you want to do something on stage.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fucking run you out of town.
Yeah.
But what was when did you start having interest in comedy? Like, what was there a TV show?
Third grade.
Third grade.
Yeah, third grade. Well, I basically started making people laugh out of insecurity of being different. I had big, thick glasses, and I grew up in a predominantly Italian, Irish, Greek neighborhood. So more like Caucasians, and I'm Latino. So the common ground I felt to get along
you were
with
the
everybody.
Equivalent to There Goes the Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Was there any more Latino people that you
they were,
gravitated towards? Or they were in their own neighborhood?
Yeah,
kind
they
of
were
thing?
across the tracks.
So you had a lot to prove growing up as a kid just to get any acceptance.
Yeah, and being the youngest of four, that's another thing, I felt like my voice was never heard because,
You were old news.
Yeah.
The time they got down to you, it's like, whatever. Right. We've dealt with all the problems with the other kids.
Yeah.
You're just kind of along in the current. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it was, I'd always get, stifled by my siblings because no one wants to hear what the little runt wants to say.
No, no one's ever taken you seriously in your family. Well, how did your parents, your family respond to you starting to consider stand-up?
Well,
was it like the rest of the neighborhood where you just kind of kept it on the down low and
no,
and kind of
my older brother moved out to LA 3 years prior to me.
to show business.
To
Okay.
do acting. So basically, he's the one that he was the big shocker because he had like a semester left to graduate school. He
Okay.
was the smart one in the family.
Yeah.
He was the good kid.
The golden boy out of the family.
He was the golden boy. And it was a big shock to everybody. And
What was he studying?
To be a chiropractor.
Okay, so he's a proper medical student.
Yeah.
And then he goes on to song and dance.
Yeah. He drops everything, leaves and moves out to L.A.
And it was unheard of.
Yeah.
No one does that.
Right.
And then what did you come out to visit him and then say, you know what, I could probably give the stand-up a go?
Well, no, what happened with me was I came out to visit him and first of all, California was just gorgeous, right?
From Chicago winters to fucking
overcast,
LA. Oh man.
It was just it's miserable over there for like 8 months out of the year.
Yeah, I'm from Ontario in Canada. Toronto and Chicago are kind of twin cities kind of.
Yeah.
And it's a dredge just to go to a job you hate in the snow.
Right.
So that's the thing. It's people that come from cold climates. We always go, California's fucked up, but the weather's great.
Right.
You can't beat that. But sorry to interrupt. But
no, it's that's exactly what. And I was bartending at the time, DJing over there at the club in Chicago, and I was just when I came out to see him, I was like, what the hell am I doing over there? I could be doing the same thing out here with these
getting a sunburn.
Right. Getting these, I mean, first of all, the women out here are incredible. They can't.
At a glance, have you ever tried to date one of them?
Yeah.
The soulless cunts.
Yeah, but
I'm speaking of Hollywood girls in general, but I don't know what else is out there.
Yeah, guess what? There's cunts in Chicago.
Sure.
And if they're
what's a stereotypical Chicago girl? If you had to give a check box of a series of things, physical and how they carry themselves, what's a stereotypical Chicago girl like? It's the kind of girl that would punch you in the face at a bar?
Yeah. Well, here they'll tell you exactly what they're thinking.
They're pretty upfront.
Yeah, real upfront. Trying to hit on me? Your head is too big. Go,
Get
come back
here.
when your head is
Stupid
smaller.
face.
You fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah. Just brutally honest, right to your face.
But sometimes you're getting it from somebody who's a fucking pig.
Oh, absolutely.
Some fat chick giving you the riot act. How dare you? I should be putting an apple in your mouth and fucking in the ass.
The pickings are a lot smaller out there than they are here. So maybe, a 6 over there, has a little more
leverage.
Yeah. Than a 6 out here, that.
Yeah, it's a different kind of animal out here altogether. And so you came out right out of the gate. You were just coming out here to do stand-up? You have done nothing in Chicago at that point?
I didn't do anything in Chicago, man. I was too busy chasing pussy and, I was working the nightlife. At age, when I turned 18, my brother's friend was a DJ at a club in Chicago. He was
getting fucked all the time, man.
Yeah.
DJs get pussy.
Oh, yeah, they do.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. It's great, man. The DJ booth was
full of skank.
Also, the little butt hut.
Butt hut?
Absolutely,
it's
man.
amazing what a girl will do just to get her song played.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
You smiled ear to ear when I said that. How many loads have you dumped in some girl's hair in a public washroom because she wanted to hear Karma Karma Chameleon while she showed her asshole to strangers?
Many. The bathroom, the back room where they keep the liquor,
Walk-in fridge.
Yeah. Anywhere they have us. Anywhere. Yeah.
I think the LA strippers are very unique and different. It's a whole kind of different broken.
Uh-huh.
They hide it better. They have such a good mask of fake persona. Hi, it's very much a hustle right out of the gate. I think it's all strippers are hustlers though.
Absolutely, absolutely, they are.
Have you ever seen a girl have a mishap? I saw a stripper kick a guy in the face because he said you're not worth my money, and she booted him right in the face with a
Really?
big stripper shoe. Have you seen girls fighting back in the change rooms and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, they're. It's like prison.
Coked up. Yeah.
It's like
The Black is New Orange. You know that series?
I haven't
it's
seen
a
it.
women's prison.
I haven't seen it.
But yeah. They
There's a hierarchy.
yeah,
and-
Queen Bee shit.
Yeah. And everybody should know their place, or guess what? You're gonna get a clear pump in your eye. You know, something's gonna happen.
What's the best case and worst case scenario that you've seen in a strip club?
The best case scenario is
You getting blown in the storage locker?
Yeah, that is. That sounds great to me. I think. Well, the thing is, like, I've been doing it for so long. Over 15 years.
As a strip club DJ.
Yeah.
So as long as you've been doing stand up, you've been watching some guy's poor little girl swing around a pole, and show people where she shits.
Yeah. Sure.
Mommy, daddy's balloon knot.
Yeah. That's because it's a great gig to have as a comedian, because you get to talk on a mic, and you get to hear yourself, and throw in jokes here and there. Not that they're really listening, because they just tune you out.
Yeah, that is a tough one to do. I've done stand up in strip clubs before, and you can't compete with that. It's literally you're literally on stage while they bring out the best meal that you could eat.
Yeah.
And compete with that. But do you ever go back to Chicago and perform at all?
Yeah, I have. I've done Zanies out there.
Uh-huh.
It's a great club. That's about it. My parents moved out here in July, so.
Oh, all right.
And
are they retired or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're retired. They're older. My dad's in his early 70s.
Okay.
He's 73, and then my mom's in her late 60s.
And you have older brothers and sisters. What's the age difference? Were you that kid that's like 10 years younger than everybody?
I'm like 8 years younger from my oldest sibling. I'm 39.
Is your brother still acting?
Yeah.
How's
yeah,
that?
but the one that's acting, he's not the oldest. He's the middle child.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Usually the broken ones tend to go to theater.
Yeah.
The youngest ones have more to prove, so they need that center of just them on stage. They don't want to work with other people. I got to hear me.
Right.
I will be heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hear
me roar.
That's exactly the case.
Did you get a chance to get outside of California at all to perform?
Yeah. I just did El Paso,
Texas,
not too long ago.
Do they fly you, or is that a drive?
That's a drive.
How many hours is that?
12.
It's a long one. There's from I think from Toronto to Halifax. I think it was. I can't remember now, but we had a 12-hour drive. You did by yourself or?
No, I drove with the headliner.
Yeah, that can be a gift and a curse sometimes, especially if the guy's a prick.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck in his car with this fucking asshole for hours and hours, just making it. And then you get there, the show shit, and then you got to drive home with this fucking piece of shit. And he hates it. He's bitching about his wife and fucking stupid kids. And, that. But if you're with your pals, you can have a fucking great time. Sometimes the car ride can be better than the fucking show.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the case, because the headliner was my friend, and he asked me to feature for him. So
cool.
Went out with it.
Yeah, there's not the infrastructure like. I thought that if you do well at the Hollywood Improv, that you would be able to do the rest of the improvs. That was kind of like the Showcase Club here in LA.
Yeah.
Which is instantly, like, you can see it from where we're sitting.
It's very close.
And that would spawn, because like the systems in place, like at the Comedy Store in London, or the Yuck Yucks in Toronto. Like if you do well, everything happens out of their flagship comedy club. And then you go on to get bookings, and then if you do well, you get to get rebooked, and so on and so forth. But that's not the case here. They're all like independent franchise owners and have their own politics and guys that they work with. And then the head office has their headliners, and then they can kind of independent bookers come in and take over the room, and
most of the
put
nights
their friends on. And
there are from independent bookers.
Yeah. It's a great thing. What they've done is they've given the room. They're literally renting out the room and then reaping the rewards.
Yes. Yeah. they're taking on these promoters, or a lot of them are comics, that want to break into the club. So they're like, how am I going to do that? Well, how about if I produce a show here?
Yeah, and put a bunch of famous people around me.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help them, though, as an artist, because they're under a tremendous amount of pressure, because they're funneling people into a club, worrying about who's showing up and what, and then going up and performing when they should be on the road experimenting and coming back with a finished product. But yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
But they pack it in, and they a lot of those themed or produced shows have gone on to go to Los Angeles, New York, various places. It's like a satellite club, and they've just put their friends on, or the politics. It's really kind of a fucking weird thing.
Yeah, but and to like a new comic, or any comic maybe that's unfamiliar with the way it works, they come to the city, and then they're like, "Oh man, I need to get into the improv. Then I'll make it." That's how but they're completely unaware that it's just a stage in a room that's rented out to this guy who said,
it's
"Hey,
a banquet
I'm gonna
hall.
fill it up."
It's a banquet hall that has a microphone.
Right.
But it's a familiar place.
Yeah.
It is odd. It's very different. Very different from any scene anywhere in the world. LA. It's such a weird Bermuda Triangle of show business.
It is. This is year 8 for me in stand up. Year 12 as an actor here in LA, and I'm just now figuring it out.
Yeah.
And coming, getting comfortable with like these sort of facts that we're talking about.
Yeah, it's hard to swallow.
Yeah.
Coming from a lifestyle where you grew up in, and having those values, and people saying what they mean, and there's upfront honesty.
Yeah.
There's none of that here.
Yeah.
And you got to kind of do water off a duck's back, or you'll go insane.
Yeah.
It's such a fucked up thing.
But you know what? It's like I like it. That's all from experience and being here. I've found people that have similar values like me, and that are real people and straight up people like yourself. You know what I mean? I know I could always go up to you, and then you're going to be the same Jason that I was talking to 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
A month ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you didn't get that audition for Sons of Anarchy or fucking whatever.
Yeah.
You're still the same Jason, I know.
Yeah.
But a lot of these dudes, day to day, they're a completely different person. I don't know if you encountered this.
They most definitely, and that is because you'll see, depending on who you're with, and people will treat you accordingly through association. If you're with somebody famous, and then all of a sudden, hey, buddy, it's like, oh man, you weren't 2 months ago. You weren't returning my phone calls when you said that you wanted me to call you and book something.
Yeah,
and then you just pissed around it, and now you're fucking licking my asshole.
Yeah.
Come on, you've lost all credibility as a man.
Yeah.
You're a fake bitch.
That's like people that are like that. I just completely don't even
put them on the shelf.
Yeah. It's just like because I can't deal with that.
No, it's fucked up, and it's disappointing. It doesn't help anybody. I think a lot of people have a problem saying no. I think I've mentioned this on the show before, but just say no. I can handle a good old fashioned no.
Yeah.
Don't string it along and waste everybody's time, because you don't want to cut off an opportunity that you might have with this person by stringing them along, rather than say no and them say, I can handle it. I think a lot of people are delusional. I don't know. I hate whining, but there is some cool things about the city besides the weather, right? There's at least a business here. We're close to Vegas.
Dude, California is beautiful, man. I really fucking dig it. You know why? And it's all the stuff that we're complaining about LA. You could leave this city, go like 2 hours and be in a really beautiful place. Like San Diego.
Oh yeah.
Or you could drive, up, 6 hours to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Whereas in Chicago, it's a great city, but you're landlocked. Try going
an hour outside. Yeah.
Where are you going? Detroit?
Yeah.
Where are you going? Wisconsin? Where you going? Like Indiana?
Purgatory.
Yeah.
There's really nothing. People are just comfortably numb in that scenario. I know it's the quiet before the storm here. Everyone kind of just sits around, and then all of a sudden something exciting and explosive happens.
Yeah.
So it's a weird thing, man. But I dig it. This is home.
Yeah.
And I hang out with the people I want to, and
Yeah.
But I'm a bit of a leper too in the city, and I love telling people that live here, like I've never driven a car in my life,
Oh wow.
and live in California, people are like, "You're insane, you're insane." And it does cut me off from some opportunities, but the things that I'm limited in, as far as getting out to like your place, your open mics and stuff
Yeah.
like that, I have to kind of carpool with people or
Yeah.
take a taxi or whatever it be.
Right.
It's not a pressing thing for me to do. I can do it periodically and still enjoy myself.
Yeah. Just to correct you, they're not open mics. They're book shows.
They're sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
I just assumed everything outside of the 3 clubs is an open mic. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard that terminology before. A book show.
Uh-huh.
Like an open mic would be a book show in Canada.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
okay.
even in England, like open mic means that like you'd have to talk to the guy who produces the show. You'd sign up. You can come in as a standby, but there's a series of comedians that are pre-booked. Yeah, I think it's different terminology. And then like we have like a middle act, an MC, middle headliner, where you guys have a feature is like the middle guy, and the MC is or it could be an opener. I don't know. There's some different terminology, I guess.
Yeah.
But that was no discredit to what you're doing.
Yeah. No, I just want to be clear. The thing
yeah.
is, like, because, like, I do get people that approach me and they're like, "Where can I sign up?" Or and like the thing is, like, I don't.
It's a pain in the ass, I'm sure.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't want everybody on this show. You know what I mean? So I handpick the people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they're referrals from other comics that are reputable that basic because. I don't want to deal with shitheads. You know what I mean?
You must deal with all kinds of because that outside the clubs, at least the 3 clubs, they don't. That's another thing. The guys that do the like your clubs like that, I don't. Outside of you and maybe a couple of the guys, I see at the store or the Laugh Factory. They're not in the mix.
Yeah,
they're like the stand up rejects.
Right.
That kind of float around these rooms and just annoy everybody with their nonsense.
Right.
They're fucking certifiably insane people.
Right.
How long you been? Oh, I've been doing open mics for 20 years. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
Get out.
Right.
You're clouding. You're fucking gucking up the system.
Yeah. But and then not only that, like comedians that don't handle themselves in a professional manner.
Yes. You get people Facebook, you fucking asshole. I've been messaging you, blah blah blah. Or that kind of bullshit where just somebody just blows the top and then takes it out like you're holding up their career. When they're just fucking losers.
Not really, man. Well, you know why? And that's just because, only because I handpick the people that do my shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, that's it. Like I don't, like.
Yeah, there is definitely a kind of a subculture of these book shows. How many book shows do you think there are in Los Angeles? Is there a database or anything?
Well, there's chucklemonkey.com. That has a list.
Chuckle Monkey for real?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
and it lists all the LA Chuckle Monkey?
Yeah. Yeah. It's Chuckle Monkey.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And then you have, so it'll list the venue, who books it, and their contact info. Okay.
And
I'm a little curious.
All the info.
There's if you ever get a chance, if you want to see a proper comedy database, is chortle.co.uk. It's the UK
Chortle?
Chortle.co.uk. That has the most best.
Oh, cool! I'm gonna check that out.
It lists not only comedy in Europe but internationally.
Oh,
and
wow!
It lists like you can click on the city. It'll let you all the who books the clubs.
Very cool.
Upcoming news. It's really a good
one.
one.
Check that out.
I've never seen any other comedy site, but I'm gonna definitely check out
chucklemonkey.com. Yeah,
I'll check out Chuckle Monkey.
Everything you need to know about LA comedy scene.
Well, since you got your hand in a couple of different pots where you're doing the higher profile clubs and then also doing the book shows.
Yeah.
What would you recommend to somebody that's say coming to Los Angeles to start doing comedy?
Just have a great attitude, man. Yeah.
Put your head right up your own ass and just do that.
Get ready to get humbled.
Oh, yeah.
Be humble. Be cool. Jason, I've had people approach me about doing my shows.
Yeah, hey, I'm so and so. You should put me on your that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I've had that.
Do you know what I've done?
Yeah.
You know who I, you know. That,
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
immediately.
I've had all that stuff, but I've had the complete opposite where a guy just, doesn't know nothing, but he handled himself in a very respectable. Not he doesn't have to kiss my ass.
No.
I don't want that. But he just approached me in a really like non-threatening, just very
neutral,
cool
yeah.
way.
Hey, man,
and I was
nice
just
to
like,
meet
you know what I mean? I caught a good vibe off of this person. I was like, you know what, man? Stick around. As soon as I get all the book people up, right?
I'll throw you a bone and we'll go from there.
Yeah,
if you
we'll
do
go
well,
from there.
we'll have you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's other avenues. People are just kind of running with their head down, and they're not really seeing with any foresight. So they're plowing through all this shit, but they're burning bridges on the way by being fucking pricks.
Yeah.
And you know what? What goes up comes down. And it's on the way down, you're not gonna have a lot of friends.
Nope. And they don't last. I've seen so many people come and go in the 13 years that I've been here. Comics that I've started off with that are no longer here. Yeah, absolutely. This town will just eat you and spit you out, and then you'll just go back to where you came from, with your tail between your legs, and
oh yeah. I didn't think it was going to be as tough as it has been. And I think a lot of it is for me is just the quiet in between doing shows. I'm in a relatively decent position, but if I had to look at it in its entirety, I could pretty much do everything that I've done in 1 year in Los Angeles probably within 30 days.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a collective, if I had to boil it down, but you have to be here during those huge long gaps.
Sure.
That's the thing. It's like you're like a sniper.
Yeah.
Laying in the grass in the jungle, waiting for that shot.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there looking through the scope, waiting.
Right.
The seasons are changing. You're still laying there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing, but I think splitting it up between being here during the months that it's important and then going on the road and doing your craft. That's I think the ideal situation.
Yes.
I think like a Bill Burr career is ideal. David Tell, those kind of guys who do their own productions or act in shows and then still can command, put a few hundred people in a club anywhere in North America.
Yeah.
And come out of it as a legend.
Yeah.
I think they're living it.
Yeah, I think LA is a great home base, for that sort of career where you're doing the road all over the country or all over the world, and then you get to come back to this paradise and maybe roll the dice on a couple auditions and get seen, whatever.
What's kind of what is your ideal situation with your career?
My ideal situation would be something that allows me to do stand-up for most of the time, go tour the world. I want to do Australia. I like to do England, Scotland. I hear they have a comedy festival.
Yeah,
right?
it's fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough. I've been a couple of times.
I heard about it. It was tough.
I got my. I did it in 2004, and man, oh man, I was underprepared to say the least. Yeah, I went in there with a comedy club show, and they wanted theater. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was unknown, and it was very expensive.
Oh, wow.
It's very expensive.
Really?
It's like about $25,000.
Wow.
To do your show for a month. You get to rent an apartment, theater, advertising. You're competing with some of the biggest acts in the world.
Yeah.
Over the course of 28 days. And you're losing your shirt financially.
Wow.
You got 6 people at your show.
Wow.
You're getting bad reviews. It's a very Lord of the Flies kind of situation.
Yeah.
But it is I would say at least do it once. At the least, go down there and watch it because it's fantastic. There's so much going on. It's like the whole city of Edinburgh moves out and all the clowns move in.
Really?
And just take over the whole city. Everyone triples their rent and goes on a holiday and rents out the whole city is like up for rent and they rent it out every year.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded, but it's definitely a lot of fun.
Cool, man. Yeah.
I haven't been to Australia though, but Scotland many times. They're a lot. It's great. Glasgow and Edinburgh.
What's your ideal situation being?
Not to cry in the shower every morning. Good question. I am at this point in my career. I'm really looking for a something to stand on that will show me at my best. And I really haven't had a. I've been so in motion all the time. I found that the last couple of years in this downtime, as much as painful it is at times, I think it's been good for me to kind of let the smoke clear and look at some stuff. So I want to do some more. I want to do a special in the U.S.
Yeah.
Um, and then go on to do some more kind of documentary style filmmaking and stuff.
Yeah.
I got a series of ideas and things that I want to do because I've been lucky enough to have a unique situation. You know, I've had a chance to reach out and perform in front of a variety of people internationally, and I would like to reveal that to the world and say, because it's been a crazy. I've had some fucking wild shit, man.
Yeah,
I
believe you.
There's been some. I think stylistically, my kind of humor as a performer tends to attract a lot of crazy people, and so some mayhem ensues before and after these shows in strange, exotic locations with the most eccentric fucking nuts and scumbags on top of it.
Sure.
But I don't know. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of the U.S. I was hoping this year that I'd get an opportunity to perform in various states, but Chicago, you know, Atlanta. I want to do Austin. You know, maybe do something in New York on some level. You know.
Have you done comedy in New York?
Yeah, I lived there for 6 months.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Yeah, in Brooklyn. I was there in Williamsburg during that big fucking snowstorm where they were leaving the police cars and the buses in the streets and stuff about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I was living there. It was retarded. Like, because I moved from Sweden to New York, and then we got our ass kicked that winter. And I didn't like it. After living in England, it was just, I didn't like people that much to be around it constantly. It was just a constant noise. I liked some peace and quiet.
Okay.
And then, and then the scene there at that time, and probably still is, it's poisoned with this nerd aspect. No one wants to be a fucking hero. They all want to be awkward and, you know.
In New York?
Yeah. I never saw a lot of it. You know, that no one tend to have that Rick Shapiro element. You know what I mean? It was the punk aspect of it.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of we were talking about these kids that look like they're you know, from the 1930s or something, and woodsmen. They're dressed like lumberjacks,
really,
but they've never swung an axe in their life.
Jesus.
So I'd walked off stage.
So tired of plaid shirts, man.
3 times I'd walked off stage there, and I was just like, this is not my scene. I don't know. Maybe I'm turning into a snob and limiting myself, but I'm.
You're just telling it like it is, man. You know, letting your opinion known.
Where's some of your favorite places to perform?
I like. I actually like the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's consistent.
Yeah.
It's a consistent place. And people who've never been here, each of those clubs are completely different animals. The Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, and the Improv. World. You're literally walking into a different dimension.
Yeah.
Every time. It's fucking strange.
Yeah.
This fucking asshole.
Oh, with the car alarm?
Jesus Christ. I gotta go piss in his gas tank. I'm actually gonna pause this. Okay. And we're back after Johnny Fuckface there finally turned off his car alarm. Yeah. That's one thing I hated about New York is you could spit through the walls in a lot of these apartments. You could hear everything, the neighbors and everything. And the car alarms would be going off at fucking 6 a.m, or some fucking asshole cab driver would just be out honking the horn, waiting for the person to come down rather than a phone. Oh, it was just, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is a wild city. I just didn't like the lifestyle that much.
No?
No, it was just, it reminded me of, I got my fill of that thing in England. But you said you wanted to perform in England. Any reason particular besides what you've heard or seen or?
More, I haven't been anywhere, man. I haven't, and I just want to get out of here, man. I just want to travel and see the world, man.
Yeah.
So when when I say I want to go to England, I want to go anywhere. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Anywhere and you have to get on an airplane.
Yeah.
And cross a border.
Yeah, I just like, new experiences, and I like, seeing how other people live, because this is all I know. I've been here for, the last 13 years, and before that, Chicago for, 24 years. I haven't been anywhere.
Why is that? Like, you've been doing, you're a seasoned performer. Why haven't you reached out to places?
You know what? Just
the internet has opened it up. There's like
yeah, and you know what? More because I wanted to really get settled in one spot, which I'm doing here.
You're getting comfortable.
Yeah. Well, no, like, and not only that, like, I don't know, just getting known among the rest of the comics here in LA.
Yeah, you've done that.
Yeah,
you've done it. Where do you want? If you could pick 5 places,
what
5 cities in the world, where would you go?
Oh, like I like Austin. I've never been there, but I'd like to check it out.
Outside of the U.S.
Oh, outside of the U.S.
Yeah.
Definitely Australia.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Festival.
Melbourne.
All right, where else?
Scotland, London.
Scotland. You can email all these guys. You know
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, they go, "How do I get to these places?" And I go, "You message them."
Yeah, yeah.
You know
I'm
what
so
I mean?
bad at that, man.
It's a hard. Don't allow the industry to control your career. Like everyone's like, I'll get an agent, and then he'll get me all this
Yes.
work. No, they'll just sit on you.
Yeah.
And do a third if you're
It's
lucky.
true, man.
But yeah, anybody, the whole thing is opened up internationally. Like there's gigs in Estonia, in Slovenia, Croatia, Hungary, like all these East European countries are doing stand-up comedy now.
Yeah.
Even in Germany,
Yeah, yeah.
places that you'd never think were known for humor, but it's globalizing,
But I
But
have the money to get there.
yeah, well, a lot of these things in most cases,
Yeah.
because there's such a concentration.
No, it is.
You fucking cocksucker. And we're back. What we're talking about, traveling and stuff.
Most of these places, would they fly you out?
Most of them, no. Most of them will get you if you can get to London.
Yeah.
Or close to it. Then most of them, because there's such a concentration of comics already there, so they have no reason to look to the U.S. unless it's something specific, like they wanted to bring Louis C.K. to Norway, or Bill Burr to Denmark, or something like that.
Sure.
He's already got a fan base in place, so it's more viable for them to fly somebody in that's a star because they know he's going to sell tickets, opposed to somebody who's a lesser known comic.
Yeah.
If you get over there, you can. Most of these countries you show up in, you say, "Look, I'm coming over to so and so. Do you have any paid shows?" And then they'll book you on their shows because you showed up. A lot of this stuff, I was like the first English speaking comedian to perform in like Finland and places like that.
Wow,
yeah,
cool.
But I went over there. There was nothing in place. There was like 10 comedians. In the whole country.
Oh, wow.
Now it's quadrupled by now, and they've got 4 comedy festivals. But I'd go over there and do all these small towns and stay on couches and build my fan base through that,
Cool.
And then now when I go back, I've got a draw and stuff. But a lot of it, it's like LA. 99% of it is showing up.
Showing up.
Just show up.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna die.
Right.
You're not gonna be. You're not gonna die.
Right.
You might go through some rough shit. Where you got €5 left. And it's fucking, you got enough for a hamburger, but your hotel room's paid for and you're there, and then you go off for a few days and then you get a gig and some money in your pocket.
Yeah.
And if you got no wife and kids, there's no reason why you shouldn't show up. So my advice to you is show up.
Okay.
Show up.
All right.
If you get a plane somewhere, see, you can fly almost anywhere in the world for under $1,000.
Okay.
So if you can squirrel away $1,000 and then like another $1,000 as a float, emergency money, and book a bunch of gigs, then you're sorted. You can go anywhere in the globe. That's been my experience anyway. But yeah, just show up. And a lot of these places have community kind of websites of comedians, like everything that they're doing here in North America, they're mirroring it all over the place. But do look at that chortle website.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it
I
out.
think that will give you more of a strategy on where, what, and when kind of thing.
And what's your advice as far as did they want to, when you email them, they want to see a video clip of your stuff?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes, but a lot of it is like, unless you're a star, they'll, if anything, they'll see that you're a solid comedian.
Yeah.
But you're not. They're not going to be able to put your name on a billboard and have 300 people show up, because no one knows who the hell you are, unless there's like a brand of comedy, like a producer. Like for example, there'll be a similar thing with what was the show last night at the Improv?
Comedy Juice.
Comedy Juice. So that people hear Comedy Juice and they know that it's full of stars.
Oh, okay.
So they'll have some of these companies in Europe and stuff that will have blah 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 comedy, and they know they'll have international acts on it, and then local fame headliner. You know what I mean? But fuck, I forgot what your question was.
Like, they want to see a video clip?
Yeah, you could put together something, but again, a lot of it's a referral. But and the video will show them that you're a proper stand up. But again, they're unless you're a draw, they're not going to pay for your flight. But if you show them a clip and say, "Look, I'm coming over on these dates," and you could say, "Look, I noticed that you have these clubs here. How much would you pay me to come and do? I'm going to pay for my own flight. Do you have because some of them have sponsorships through hotels and things like that, where you get a free room, or you stay at a buddy's couch, or a local comedian who wants a team trade. Well, if I come out to LA, I know that you're running some rooms, but I'll get you some gigs in Europe," kind of thing. It's like a bartering thing,
No, okay.
And you build friendships off the back of that with people who deserve it. You know what I mean?
All right.
But there's cunts, all like you said, everywhere.
Yeah.
But I've made some good friends all over the globe just by not being a cunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. But again, you can just email these people, and then do you have stuff online or?
Yeah, I do. It's old though. It's like 3 or 4 years old.
My advice to you is to put together a 10 to 20 minute set, specifically that's broad, and that would travel, and set it up on a Vimeo account or YouTube where people have to use a code, and then they can watch it.
Yeah.
Suppose you pushing your 20-minute set away, unless it's something you've done on television where you just dump all your TV stuff online anyway. It's tired anyway. And get that set together, and to put your whole press package together and submit it. Say, hey, I'm coming over. Here's what I do. And 9 times out of 10, the fact that you've made the effort and that you're going in that direction anyway, you can do a whole series of gigs in and around Europe, But it's just a matter of making the effort and not taking no for an answer. And usually things happen in 6 to 8 month increments. So you might have maybe missed the festivals that year, but we got you on the shelf for next year, and then you can give you a chance to set up some more tour dates around that. But it's all just show up. I've got most of my opportunities by just being there. A lot of people sit at home, wait for the phone to ring, and nothing happens there. They've taken this kind of high horse. Well, they'll call me. Well, no, they don't. They don't. And all the guys, these shitty acts that are in the clubs all the time and networking stuff and getting on these high pro stages, it's because they've shown up.
Right.
Well, even though they're talentless fucking shit.
Right. Yeah.
They're just hanging around all the time, Yeah. I don't know. It's lovely out, isn't it?
It is.
What is it? It's like 100?
Yeah, it's like 100.
100, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in Celsius, it's like 40, maybe 38, 40 degrees out.
Okay.
It's a roaster.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It's raining in Toronto right now, and it's shit.
Yeah.
I don't miss that. I missed the winter today. They had this year. They really got their ass kicked. But what?
I know in Chicago they had the worst winter in history.
Really?
In history, yeah.
How many feet of snow? That's crazy.
Well,
that must have been a lot.
Well, first of all, they broke the record and most days below 0. Yeah, which is
consecutively. Yeah. Frostbite.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I used to walk to school as a child. Like if I fall in the snow, they wouldn't find me in the spring. Like between the temperature and the wind blowing and stuff, I don't know how I walked to school as a kid. I wouldn't do it now. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I go by dog sled.
You know, snow's fun as a kid, you know? All the fun activities you could have as a
Santa Claus and all that stuff.
yeah.
Around.
Throwing snowball fights
Yeah.
and King of the Hill, all those games, you know. But when you have to drive in it, that's where, you know, the fun goes away.
Oh, you've seen those YouTube videos where like people they skid out the lanes and then get fucking T-boned by a cement truck and the van just explodes.
Sure.
I don't like that.
No.
That's not fun.
That's not fun at all. Not to mention, how about starting your car a half hour before you're actually going to leave just so it warms up.
Oh, yeah. There's the cars in certain parts of Canada with the climate's so cold they have to plug them in to heat the oil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a coil in the oil pan, and there's literally, it's the weirdest thing.
Wow.
It's like a plug, like a pine plug, just hanging out of the front of the rad.
Yeah.
And then they just run an extension cord, plug it in before they go to sleep.
Yeah.
So that it's not frozen solid, so they can go to work in the morning. It's fucking retarded. What is that?
Yeah.
Why would you live like that? It's apocalyptic.
Yeah. No.
But I don't know what I need to go. I need to go on the road and do some shows. I'm going stir crazy, man. This weather's nice, but when you got nothing to do all the time, there's always work to do. But I need some more stimulating stuff.
Yeah, you know, just the heat is debilitating as well as the cold. You know, if it's way too hot, like it does get really hot here, you don't want to do anything.
Yeah. I remember we were driving, me and Jay and Eric Myers were driving to Vegas, and we drove 3/4 of the way, and we got out in the gas station, and it was like about maybe 10 degrees warmer than it is now, and the wind was just like a hairdryer. I thought it was like comical. It was so much, just a hot, fiery air just punching you in the face.
Yeah.
I was like, people live out in this climate.
No way, man.
Fucking lizard.
I can't live in the desert.
Well,
Arizona, all that.
Yeah.
You know, Nevada. I couldn't
people
live
smoke
there,
a lot
man.
of meth in Arizona, don't they? It's a very popular.
In Arizona,
yeah.
And in Riverside.
What's
California?
Riverside? Yeah, is that known like a meth area?
Yeah.
That's a horrible thing. Smoking meth in this weather.
Yeah.
That's like hell. I don't know. Have you smoked meth before?
I got drugged one time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Date raped?
Yeah, by a stripper that was hooked on that, and I was dating her. Yeah.
She drugged your drink or something with
Yeah.
meth? No way.
Yeah.
What was her
She was
motive?
trying to take advantage of me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I had her over. We're drinking some margaritas, right? Strawberry margaritas.
Yeah.
And here I'm thinking I'm going to get her fucked up and take advantage of her.
Yeah.
She dropped some meth into my margarita without me knowing, you know, and I know it tasted really bitter, you know, but I was just like, oh, maybe, you know,
It's a little heavy on the booze.
Yeah, maybe, you know, I didn't get the measurements right, whatever. But next thing you know, an hour later, completely hung on every single word she's saying.
Intensely.
Yeah, just ultra focused, like, wow, this girl's a genius. Like everything she's saying, I'm just so fascinated by.
Yeah.
I'm just so interested by her, and you know,
that's probably counter response to, I don't know if you have ADD or something like that, but
Yeah.
when people take the meth-based stuff, it makes you focus intensely.
Yeah. I could
over
totally
nothing.
see it. Yeah, I could totally see him getting hooked on that stuff.
Yeah, it's a nasty one.
It is. It's real nasty. I was up for 2 days.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you confront her, or did you like?
Yeah. No, she felt really bad about it.
She just said, "I spiked your drink with meth."
Yeah.
Jesus.
This was like hours into it, you know. She felt really bad about it.
Why was she trying to take advantage of you? You're a dude. You're
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
open to
No.
any suggestion.
No, the thing was that she was an addict.
Yeah. She
And
wanted
she
misery
wanted to
likes
get
company.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And
How old was she?
she was 18.
And hooked on meth.
Yeah.
How do you think she looks now?
like recovering meth.
Oh man, yeah, that does draw. You see people deteriorate, especially with heroin and things like that. It's soul destroying.
It's ugly,
I've
man.
seen it, and
It's ugly.
Just
Their skin.
Yeah, you start picking at your own fucking meat. And
Yeah.
it's a nasty one here, and I think it's probably been glamorized a little bit by Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure the stats, people think it's fashionable or something like that, but it's such a nasty drug. I've had friends that have used it and stuff, and it just soul destroying.
Yeah.
I think friends of mine have ended up with paranoia and schizophrenia after all that.
Yeah. And it has a radiator fluid in it. I mean,
Ugh.
who'd take in something into their body that you'd put into your radiator in your car?
Well, people who smoke cigarettes.
Cigarettes?
It's same kind of horse shit. But speaking of substances, in California, this is kind of strange from people that have never been here before. There's more marijuana dispensaries than there are coffee shops in the city. It's like the Wild West here with marijuana. Like you can go anywhere.
Yeah,
and
anywhere.
It's very easy to retain a card and all that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
But it's become it's so scientific now.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to ingest it.
Yeah.
And it's accessible. Candies, vaporizers.
Sprays.
Yeah.
Sodas.
Breast strips. Yeah. Every cookies.
Honey.
Yeah.
I got some honey at home that has some weed in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the baked goods are fantastic.
Yeah.
The edible stuff is excellent. I really
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
a good eat a cookie and go see a movie and blow your mind out.
Totally. That's.
But you've been a pot smoker since you were a kid, or?
No, you know what? I started late. I started when I was because I was like jock when I was younger, and so I
like baseball, football.
football.
Yeah.
Yeah, American football.
Uh-huh.
My parents got us in at a real young age. And we had so much energy, and like we were just like, we loved.
Let's make them tired enough to sleep.
Yeah,
we'll get 'em into
and it
sports.
worked. Yeah, it worked. And it's so much fun, man. American football is just so much fun to play.
It's
And
an expensive hobby, though.
expensive.
Yeah, like the equipment and stuff. It's really costly.
Well, they rented it. I mean, we were just using it. We didn't have to buy our own.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in like Canada,
It's not like hockey. Hockey's like a real expensive sport to get into.
we never we played street hockey, but it was never professional hockey. It always ended up into a stick fight by the end of it, anyway. Just kids beating the shit at each other. The puck wasn't even touched, Just
Yeah.
clubbing each other with sticks, and then I've had a weird week. I had some good news last night, but I can't discuss it right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it's not going to come out until later, so right?
It's not until a contract has been signed.
Oh, okay.
But there's my ride.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something pretty cool in September. It looks like.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked. Yeah, nothing's been signed yet, but I'm pretty stoked. We'll see what happens. I had news. That's the thing. I went down to the Improv last night. Saw you there. Thank you for having that joint, by the way. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think we should hit it after this for sure.
See, you're so unassuming. Oh, we're talking about marijuana. See, I started late too.
Okay.
I lived in Vancouver, which is a marijuana kind of mecca.
Is it?
Yeah, big time. But nowhere as refined because as it is here. It's just like BC bud, it's super strong stuff.
Cool.
But I lived there for 3 years and I never got into it. I had a stigma attached to it that it was like a Spicoli kind of stoner burnout thing.
Same here.
And I just didn't want to be that.
Right.
I didn't want to be lethargic.
Yes.
And especially growing up in a very hostile environment as a kid, being high was only to get me hurt. My peripheral for danger would be like a blanket over a birdcage. So that never appealed to me. I wanted to be alert and and conscious.
Yeah, it's same here.
But I found that it's way more enjoyable than alcohol is to consume marijuana. And I never really done anything.
There's
stupid.
no hangover. Right now, you know what I mean. You're a little under the weather just because you had a couple, Jamesons.
Yeah, and plus too is if I go in drinking with a bad attitude, it comes out in a really negative way.
Yeah.
I'm not really. I get a little belligerent, but not like punchy or anything like that. But I do tend to do self-sabotaging
Not
stuff.
a Mike Favorman.
Yeah. That was outstanding.
Love
no, I
Mike,
do
that's-
like yeah. I pissed all over the lobby in the Hilton, and then the police came to get me.
Oh wow.
I was opening for Russell Peters
Yeah.
at one of these clubs. What was it called? Anyway, yeah, it was bad. I drank a bunch of Jägermeisters. But when they pour shots here, and anybody who's coming here, they put them in like highball glasses. So you're getting like a shot and a half, maybe 2 shots. They kind of free pour the shots.
Yeah.
And I was banging these Jägermeisters back. And then I blacked out. And then the manager dropped me off at the Hilton. And I went into the lobby of the Hilton and pissed all over all the furniture.
Wow.
And then the police came. And then Russell's DJ and friend talked the police out of not taking me to jail. So that happens sometimes. Yeah, because I'll go fucking mental and do some weird shit.
But, yeah, man. Did you ever lose it on stage after being intoxicated?
No, I try. No, because then because my stuff is so aggressive anyway. If I lose my cool, then the whole thing, the bottom drops out of it. It takes away the creative or the intelligence that I'm trying to sew into the middle of it.
Right.
But I've had a couple hissy fits on stage.
Yeah.
Not that often. I'm not one. I can weather the storm. I'm not quiet with people booing or quiet or looking at me. And
has anyone ever rushed the stage?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. You've seen the show. What do you think? They come up and put a flower in my hair? No, some people don't find me very entertaining. Yeah, of course, but not in this country.
Yeah.
But I really haven't had a chance. To be honest with you, I've only out of a 10, I've really only been a 4 here ever. As far as my performance level and what I do in its entirety, I'm literally less than half that should be.
Yeah.
When I get an opportunity to over the months or years or whatever it takes, when I have my moment, it will be special. Awesome. I haven't had a chance to be special. You've just seen me berate and belittle the audience because I hate them. So we were on a good roll there for a bit, and then I lost it.
Yeah.
I've got the attention span of like nothing.
That's good.
I'm trying to focus a little more. I'm trying to avoid any kind of drugs.
Okay.
Prescription wise, anyway. That will make you focus. Do you have how do you write?
Do I write?
Yeah.
I like to write on stage.
Yeah.
I like to go up there with a premise, like a bullet point that maybe I would have jot down.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. I'll bait the beats of the beginning, middle, end, and kind of put a loose structure in a kind of sequence,
right?
And then try and walk through that and create something out of it.
Yeah,
it's a weird. Everyone has their own different process. Like I was talking to Russell Peters, and he doesn't write anything down.
Oh, okay.
But he's got a fucking memory, a brilliant memory.
Yeah.
And I can't memorize that kind of stuff. He's memorizing 2-hour shows and never put a pen to paper. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Some people have that skill.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of memory. I have to write it. Like when I'm getting ready to do something like some television or something where I got to focus a little more, I will go through it word for word and write down every single word. I write in I use a script program called Final Draft, and I'll write my stand-up in like a screenplay.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I just parked in the middle of the road. Anyway, he's got a Texas plate on, and he's driving the orange car. He's just blocked the road.
Yeah, ADD, all that stuff. So you've always had that?
Yeah, I've been a terrible student. I never found school boring. I hated it.
Yeah.
But if I'm passionate about something and I have to kind of cut off all senses to focus on certain things, and as we do a podcast on a main street in Los Angeles, with cars and things running around.
What sort of people did you hang with in school?
Rejects.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, because I went to an all boys vocational school, which I think they're tearing down. It was a school for academic and social rejects.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was like a dumping ground for kids.
Bad kids.
Not yeah, bad kids and just kids with learning disabilities. Immigrants. Where people where they were just kind of shuffled away and there was no really attention put on them. It was like a waiting room for prison for a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
these kids.
So it's like the equivalent of special ed here,
Yeah, it was yeah, but
which they put me in.
it was I spent my whole we used to call it special ed or it was SLD, slow learning disability.
Okay, yeah,
So
sure.
from grades like 2 1 yeah, and then they tried to put me in a regular class around grade 5. I couldn't cut it. I had to stay in grade 5 like twice. You
You
know what I
what?
mean? And then they just said, "Well, you're never going to make it to grade 7 8." So they just kept me around in purgatory and then just dumped me into a grade 9 in high school. So I went from the frying pan into fucking Satan's asshole all within a couple of years. It was horrible. But it did help me gain some armor to weather show business. It's like I've already been around the animals.
Yeah.
You guys are.
Yeah.
I know that there's not an element of violence like there is in the school where kids were getting just assaulted and tortured, and it was Lord of the Flies, man. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But it was just fucked. It was all shops and basic level academics. So basic level math, English,
Okay.
science, and then it would be like sheet metal, auto body, welding, wood shop. It was like a prison. We had cooking class. It was awful. It was so full of like guys, proper psychopaths, and then kids with serious mental illness.
Oh, wow.
that should have been hospitalized and had some more one-on-one care. And then me and about 5 other guys, maybe 6 of us, kind of came together for protection, more or less. We weren't bully psychopaths, and we weren't retarded.
Right.
We were all up for a laugh, so we
Right.
came together, and I kind of found my comic voice through that social circle where we just terrorized the school in a comedic way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Harass the teachers, a lot of practical jokes, vandalism, things like that.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, high school is a weird place, and it makes quite a long-term impression, I think, on some kids. It really fucks with their head and for their future.
Yeah.
Some kids don't really come out of it, commit suicide or shoot up the fucking school. It's become very popular now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there must be about 2 school shootings a year in the U.S.?
Oh, yeah. Not to mention the movie theaters.
Yeah. Wonder what that is. But I think somebody was telling me that the majority, 90% of those kids are on some sort of antidepressants and stuff
I
like that.
believe it.
And it just they go psycho.
Yeah.
They go Rambo.
Yeah, yeah.
And guns are accessible.
Man, these drugs on these kids are so dangerous because, first of all, it depletes their dopamine. So when they crash, they lose all the stuff that their brain.
Their humanity.
Yeah, and they fall into a really depressing state, even more than what they were before.
Yeah, the backswing of it is fucking huge.
Yeah.
How many kids you think, like, so many are misdiagnosed and just dumped with all these prescription drugs?
Yeah.
It's fucked up, man.
It's really fucked up, man.
Like, it's terrible. Some great artists, great people, but because they've their personalities weren't complementary to the people around them, they've decided to alter them, and then they've ended up with monsters at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't especially if you got shitty parents on top of it.
Yeah.
And you're a different personality. What a hell that can be.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I can't imagine being, hooked on these prescription drugs at like age 8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
John's a little rambunctious, so we're going to sedate him.
yeah.
He's 9, but
Right.
we can't. He's too much
Let's
to deal with.
take away any personality he would have, built on his own and just make him a comatose teenager.
Yes, somebody took one of Stanhope's jokes and animated it. If you go on YouTube and type in Doug Stanhope animation, and it kind of breaks that down. They took his joke about prescription drugs taking away your unique personalities and blah blah blah, and it's so well done. I'm not even going to butcher it, but I check that out.
Cool.
That's a good summary of what we're talking about, and it's hilariously done.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
He was at the improv last night.
He was?
And then Sean Rouse threatened David Spade, and he left.
He did?
Yeah, he did. Sean was blackout drunk again last night.
Yeah.
And he's
not
he's
Sean.
throwing racial slurs around and telling people he's gonna fucking attack them. Hilarious. There is a very eclectic group of fucking nuts in this city.
Yeah.
It's hard weathering it though, because everybody's not coming at you on an even level.
Right.
There's either some sort of angle or mental illness involved. Or what's the most? Have you dated comics? In
No.
the city? No.
No.
Yeah, they're either super hot or disgusting.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is it's become fashionable. As much as the nerdy guy,
Yeah.
it's like sexy girls now.
Yeah.
It's like hot. The women have become the more macho aspect of stand-up comedy, and the guys have turned into pussies.
Yeah.
Isn't that odd?
Yeah.
The traditional roles in the thing.
Have you dated stand-up comedians?
I've had sex with a handful, but I don't want that.
Man.
And I think a lot of female comics team up with other comedians so they can learn how to develop their craft.
So they can what?
Develop their craft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they date guys that are funny, and they learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Through association, and then get rid of the guy. It's happened to a bunch of my friends, actually.
Really?
I'd say about 5 or 6 guys I know over the course of the last 15 years that I know that girls kind of cute, fuckable, with a very goal-oriented, that wants a shortcut. I'll suck this guy off for a year, and I'll get all the doors open to me, and they put the work in, one ball at a time, and then they shit can the guy and go on to do other things after they've absorbed the essence of the other talent.
Yeah.
It happens. Cunts.
Yeah. Cunts.
Well, who's some of your favorite comics to watch?
I like Pablo Francisco.
Yeah.
I think he's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, he's like a force of nature.
Yeah.
I met him in South Africa.
Really?
I'd never met him before, and we were doing gigs in South Africa, and I didn't know anything outside of what I'd seen on TV and things. And super nice guy.
Is he?
He was very friendly.
Like
he was very curious. Who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing? Oh,
Cool.
isn't this exciting?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a phenomenon though. He's very unique and unmistakable. Pablo, there's no gray area about what he's doing and how he does it. It's very him, and the way he reveals it. It's
I
cool.
dig it, man.
Who else do you like watching?
I like watching you.
Yeah, when I'm bombing, like every other comic. When I'm, if there's a struggle between me and the audience, the comics like it.
Yeah, of course.
You guys love it when I'm bringing someone to tears.
Of course, man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. It's like watching NASCAR, No one's there to see the cars go around like on,
They want to see the crash.
Yeah, they want to see the crash. Man.
I do have an artistic approach to crashing.
Uh-huh.
I do it head on.
Yeah.
And I make eye contact with each and every person as I'm driving right into their family.
Right. No, it's great.
Who else?
I think Sean's great too.
Yeah.
Sean. I love watching Sean, man. Oh man. I actually like more. I like watching more of the audience when he's up.
Yeah.
The reaction to
Sure.
what he's saying, and the same thing with you. I think. I like watching the audience's reaction and watch how you affect them through your style. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
I find that when people watch my show, the first time they watch my show, the second time they watch the audience watch my show, they're like, "Oh my god, look at this!
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking blow his top."
Yeah. That's like I'd like to see a special of yours of you doing your act and then seeing you, and then also seeing the audience's reaction.
Yeah, like a split screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know?
I think if I get an opportunity to do my own special, I'm going to do it so that the screens are showing reactions.
Yeah.
Russell does that.
Does he?
In a lot of his shows. Some of them I've been to where it's big stadium stuff, and when he'll address it, and I think it's very cleverly done. It's like, and when you address somebody, the audience can't see if you're 16,000 people.
Yeah.
So they get reactions of the people behind them. So it's very full circle, and it works well, especially if you're interactive and with the audience and whatnot. It works quite well, and it gets the audience to see their expressions.
Yeah.
And it adds more value, I think, to the whole situation. There's more people investment in it when they can see the identity of the person and how they're reacting to it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
No, man, I really dig your realness, and you know how you and Sean and Chris Neff and just like real comics, man, that aren't afraid to say what
no apologies.
No apologies, man.
Yeah.
You know, I admire that. You know, and I not only as a stand up, I like those sort of people. And that goes back to what we were talking about, you know, about the sort of upbringing that I had with, you know, real blue-collared people, you know, everyday, regular people that aren't going to put up a front. They're going to be who they are all the time.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, and there's it's what it should be, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I think.
You know, but
it's not.
No, you got a lot of masks here. And, thanks for being on the show.
No,
where can people reach you? You run like 3-4 different rooms that you book. How can people reach out to you? And
just
maybe comedians that maybe listening in Finland that would like to come out to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
How would they get in touch with you? Do you have a website?
No, I invite the stand-up comedian world all to hit me up, and anyone in Australia or around the world, please look me up. And if you're ever in LA, I'd love to put you up on one of my shows. EricAlegria.com, ERIC Alegria, ALEGRIA.com, and I have an email there. Look me up on Facebook. And we'll get it going.
Well, cool. Hopefully, I have a very international listeners, so hopefully somebody will reach out to you. And maybe I'll see you in some exotic country doing something that we love.
Oh, I'd love that.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, go looking for some weed over there in where Bangladesh.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say Bangladesh too.
It's a great name.
Well, fantastic. Thanks for being on the show,
Jason.
and we'll see you soon.
All right then.
Bye.
Bye.
Safe word! Safe word! Safe word! Safe word!
Don't kiss me on the mouth. Don't ask if you're hurting me. And if you hear the safe word, stop what you're doing immediately. Do you have pantyhose?